Instead of just investing in crypto, I found out a way which you can multiply your gains way faster, and it's by adding trading. Now, with trading, you want to be very careful because you can burn yourself with day trading, right? But in this scenario, we're going to be swing trading. And swing trading allows us to be way more stress free and acquire better results just because we're paying with time and we're going off on better setups, right? But if you look at this chart, you're most likely saying there's not much to say because of all this range that lasted 5 6 months. And I would say you'd be correct. But once you trade something like me, you already know if I pull up this chart, you can look at the lines. The lines are representing liquidity, and as soon as we take some, there's a reaction. And you want to be trading that reaction, right? Not until the highs, not until you want to be having a fixed risk reward. And so, whether you're correct that we go through the all-time highs or not, you already got yourself a win. Just do off the overall reaction. Okay, so just to give you an example here, right? We have an inducement right here, also a bunch of equal lows. As soon as we sweep it, reaction to the upside, right? Boom, you got yourself a win. In here, because of the sweep of this, there could have been a short position, and there was in this scenario, but we don't want to be focusing too much on shorts just because we're in a bull run and we want to be focusing on longs most of the times, right? And even you can predict the bear run, right? The bear cycle, but it isn't that good. It isn't that favorable in your side to be looking for shorts, especially in crypto, especially how volatile it is. And all of these that I'm saying, please don't use huge amounts of leverage. Okay, keep it simple. Either use your own capital or do a good risk management, right? And then we go from one liquidity to another to what? To another. Sweep this low and also sweep this low that didn't do nothing and is counting this imbalance right here, which comes to fill it. Okay? As we do that, from this low, from this, you have this reaction. And we're just going for fixed risk rewards, like I said. So if you manage to get yourself a small entry inside of this, you can get yourself TP here and you're already out of the position. Okay? So you can think that because of this sweep, we're going right here, but because you're going for the fixed risk reward, meaning you're going for a 2, a 3, you don't need for price to come here in order for you to get a win, because you already get your win right here. And even if it comes right back as it did, you were technically wrong on your idea, but you were correct in the sense that money got into your pocket because you got yourself a win. And then, because you had this position right here, you have a second sweep as to trap everyone that was longing this, but you didn't become a part of the trap because you're already out. You already played the reaction. You didn't play the retest though. Okay, this is a very important thing to know, is that we're trading immediately on the lower time frames, checking just the confirmation of a breaker structure and then trading it. I don't want you to be seeing the sweep, seeing the push up, and then having your order block here or whatnot and waiting to place yourself on the retest. Okay, you can do that, but on the lower time frames. Okay, don't put yourself at risk in these higher time frames by looking for the retest when it's too visible. And if it's too visible, it's most likely going to be a trap. So then get your win here, get your win here, another sweep of it, more traps. It's a bunch of traps. Okay, and then this one ends up being the actual one which goes to the all-time highs, but perhaps you already got yourself a win here, and then maybe there's no place to place yourself, but then you have more takes of inducement, more sweeps of liquidity. Perhaps you can take advantage of these. Now, before we jump on details and show you exactly how you can do this in the lower time frames and at the minute that these happen, I'm going to show you another way which you can do to multiply your gains in this cycle. We've been waiting on this moment since 2021. So this is finally it. And the altcoin season is just around the corner. So for these methods, I've done some solid research and found a safe way to earn crypto daily and a token with big potential for this cycle. And that's by using Nomy Finance. They have a strong presence at major crypto events. Their team is public. And so today I'll be showing you the opportunities I found thanks to the Nomy team. It's a strategic way, a venture project and tech infrastructure provider. It's a really serious team in the market since 2019, fully licensed and backtested by institutional support. So as we come over to their website, we can see that they have been 6 years in business, $7 billion that's insured in cost of their assets, and over 1.5 million users worldwide. We can see numerous mentions on YouTube and on X from top traders in the space. They've also got their licenses here alongside with legal information. Their menu with a full range of options from launch pool, borrow, stacking, lending, token info, company details. You can also see it all just above here. As we go on to staking, and this is the best part in my opinion, we can see how much APY we're able to get from numerous coins and even a calculator on what we really can earn just by taking advantage of this. But now that we're on the staking part, I want to go over fixed real quick and lock in some of the coins I have in order to gain interest for the future. As you can see, they have multiple of assets, over 800. The APYs can go all the way up to 155%, and so the ranges can vary from 6.2 all the way up to those 155%, depending on asset, term, and account level, of course. This is all backed by Nomy's institutional credit program, so the loans are fully collateralized, and that eliminates all the risk. So I'm gonna go to Ethereum again. I'm gonna choose 9 months. There's a balance right here, and I'm gonna continue. Agree with the terms. And right now I'm staking. You can also see my other stakes. We're going to do a couple more, like XRP. Let's do 800 in this case. Continue. Let's select Nomy to also add another 8% interest on that. Boom, right now we got our code. So we just joined the pre-sale and also got the benefit of earning Nomy, which by Q4 is listing might have a potential of 5x in my opinion. So really have a look at the platform, stake your crypto, really gain more, not just by the appreciation, but also by gaining interest by the coins you already would hold. And remember to open the prize box after your first Nomy buy or deposit interest account. Really join the giveaway. The details are on X. The window to buy is very soon, so make sure you're ready. You can literally be the winner of a BMW or $50,000 in USDC or $20,000 in Nomy or 100 Nomy ads and shirts. All you gotta do is stack Nomys in order to get entries, get bonus for also staking them, like I've shown you here. So don't hesitate in earning daily profits with real institutional grade tools trusted by over 1.5 million. So what better way to show you the swing trading strategy than a backtesting session? Okay, so we're going to simulate a date. I'm not going to be cheating. I have no idea, no clue of what's going to happen, what levels to target. Okay, I have no idea on the chart, and perhaps to make it even more harder for me, we're going to try the other cycle. Let's say when we were in 2021. Okay, January 28th of 2021. January 28th. And let's go. I mean, I don't know if I would need to do cuts if the session gets that long. I don't really have to prove myself though. You can go check my other backtesting videos where there's no cuts and we're just trading straight up after the generator of the date. But you can really see, again, here, this weak, beautiful reaction. Another one that swept it. I mean, this one also swept this one and gave yourself a bit of a reaction, you know? So yeah, all-time highs is here. There's a trend line. You can go up there, but first, I'm wait for this liquidity to be swept. If it does so, okay. Okay, we're super close to it, so sometimes you can even refine it, all right? The more you refine, of course, the more riskier it gets. No, you can go for other lows, but then, boom, the all-time highs got hit. So, yeah, we didn't manage to take advantage of all of this. There was this equal low, as you can see. Perhaps it will get taken on the bear run. Perhaps it will get taken right after this all-time highs. But yeah, it was made due to this sweep and this sweep. Okay. And then yeah, maybe if you were find there was maybe perhaps still some imbalance underneath here and a super refined order block that came to test it and simply worked. Right? So right now it's a matter of waiting and see if we can continue to long it with the all-time highs if we manage to take some of these liquidities out. Okay, because it's always like that. And even here we could have got it. But yeah, let's see. Okay, boom. We got a liquidity sweep, right? It's risky because we're already all-time highs, but we're just trying the continuation. We got a nice reaction from it. Let's see, perhaps you can long this. Not gonna think too much of it. Going for all-time highs, but that's because we don't have much space to do it. Okay, and perhaps there was a stop loss here. Okay, double sweep into it, no issues. Perhaps this level would have been better. Perhaps right now it's the good sweep of liquidity. Let me put this on the hourly. And yeah, it was exactly that. It's kind of like I do in my Forex strategy. You have the sweep of liquidity, and then you have an extra sweep that is a smart money trap. And in crypto, you can have the exact same. Like I was showing you on the Bitcoin chart, you have a sweep of liquidity, then you have another, and potentially you have another. It's just traps all over the place. So right now, this ended up doing the same, essentially. If we're looking for the short position, one sweep, two sweeps, and now it's potentially going down from there, but we're in the bull run, right? We don't want to be shorting. If you see a sweep of liquidity here, boom, you have it. I'm not going to think too much about it. I'm just going to long it. These are more risky. These are more risky because all-time highs, just continuation, small liquidities compared to the big ones that there was like down here, or the equal lows that I was mentioning, and the ones I was showing you on the charts. But then another stop loss, another second sweep by a small little bit, and another run. Okay, so yeah, if you don't manage to get yourself a win on these small little runs, then you might get fucked by these second sweeps. All right, boom, right now, good one, because we're constantly going up. This low was the low that made this high, and right now people are getting trapped right here. So because this was a trap, this can become a trap. Okay, this is just a smart money trap cycle. I know I'm giving out a bunch of concepts, but this is like all over my channel. All right, and perhaps you can put it a bit aggressive, something like this. We're going over a bit slightly more aggressive zones, yeah, but hey, okay, we got tagged. There's no reason for price to come any lower than this week for now. We sweep the highs. Let's see. Okay, we got ourselves the first win, but we were mostly right. Okay, it's just a matter of repositioning yourself if the trade is, if the idea is still good. Okay, it's in here we got trapped on the first week. We should have tried the second. We got trapped on the first week. We should have tried the second. And here we caught it. Right now, because we swept this, perhaps you can sweep this again. Doesn't mean it's protected now. Okay, we continue to make highs. Continue to make highs. Wait for something to get swept lower in order for you to take advantage of the continuation. Okay, nothing got swept instead of this, but too low in my opinion. We continue to make highs. Okay, good sweep, but we're related to it. Sweep of this and also sweep of this. There's all the imbalance. Okay, perhaps you could have taken something like this, but right now it's most likely gonna run from here. Let's say 2 hour, just because I don't want to be too greedy and the stop losses are super huge. Because if you go into lower time frames, let's say on the 5 minute, it would be something similar, But sometimes you can really check a clearer breaker structure on the lower time frames, which can help you way more. Of course, I don't want to advise you to go to the M1, M3, mostly M15, as you're swinging as well, but you can really refine it. Okay, in here we didn't get tagged in, but it is like we got ourselves a win if we were uh, faster, or like not faster, just slower, and I managed to position myself here. If we get another sweep, well, perhaps the bull run is already over and we could turn in bearish, perhaps just a sweep of liquidity. Right now, if we manage to continue to go higher, I'll position myself like this. Okay, I'm just starting the all-time highs just to have a bit of risk to reward. Of course, you don't want to be doing one-to-ones, 1 to 2 bare minimum, but I would more likely do 1 to 3s. Okay, not that good. Uh, Price is going lower from here. It's sweeping other liquidities. It's giving this one behind though. I don't want to be having that huge of a stop loss, right? Perhaps if we do it like this and something like this, and like I discussed, we want to bare minimum, right? Maybe on the order block and something like this, but maybe the bull run is over, but you were already taking advantage of a lot of, okay, there was a break even here and there was a break even, but maybe you were already taking advantage of a lot of runs. Right now equals double sweep in here. Maybe you can put your stop loss aggressive a little bit. Maybe you can go to 2.5, not to be all-time highs in case it's over. But yeah, do something like this. Okay, perhaps it's already bearish and the market and the bull run is already over. But you could have taken advantage of this. Okay, some are losses. This, this, and then you start losing. You're like, all right, is the bull run already finished? Because it's also, I mean, it's still February. Okay. Okay. No, if it's still February, then let's continue. It's normal. It's not a bear run. I thought it was already on October or something. Yeah, just wait for, look. Nice reaction from here. Let's see if this will be it. If not, then we just continue to try their liquidities. Okay, we're tagged in. I was also a bit lower on the time frames looking for 1 hour sweeps, which is valid. But yeah, another stop loss, right? We're minus so far, but look, wait for the liquidities. Right now we got a double sweep, but I'm gonna wait for this one. It's way better. If it wants to. Okay, it doesn't. We got equal low. We're super close to the all-time highs. Maybe if we can get something lower. We don't. Right here, we're sweeping. Sweeping. Can we go to this one? Then you can add other concepts such as the efficiencies, which are very powerful. Efficiency right here, liquidity right here, and perhaps even making equal lows, which is giving off more of a trap. Okay, you wait for the sweep of this. If it happens, if it doesn't, it's just build more liquidity for later. Okay, yeah, we didn't risk it. Strong move below. If we get some sort of breaker structure here, like this, you can position yourself. Then if you can get a smaller stop loss, you can go for a higher risk reward. Right. I'm way better on the lower time frames than I am on the higher ones. But yeah, in terms of reading, It's kind of like this, and then you have a trend line. Okay, maybe go there, put ourselves break even. Can get yourself. Oi, oi. We didn't quite get it. You can get yourself a scale in, or also okay. As we sweep this, you can just continue along with it. After the breaker structure here of some candles, you can have something like this going to the highs. Then it's just a matter of looking for more liquidity. More liquidity to get swept, right? Perhaps even this whole thing and this, because then they will have moves where it's going to go down aggressively, such as this, before it goes back up, right? This is a bit aggressive. This one, nice sweep. Perhaps it can sweep the whole thing, right? But maybe you try it, just at least until these highs. Perhaps it's a good one. And our positioning was a bit bad, but you can see there was some reaction from it. Perhaps if you were even lower on the time frames, okay, I'm positioning myself on H4 just to be quick, but you could have gotten a win there, or at least a break even to protect yourself. In here, sweep of liquidity, okay. I see that we're breaking structure above, at least on the candles. You can have a trade here, right? Because we swept this liquidity. Going from one liquidity, right? Because we swept this to another, now to another, and perhaps this will become a trap again. Well, let's see. Second sweep, perhaps a trap. Valid still in. Re-entry is still valid, right? This is not my thing, guys. This is not my thing. I'm just giving you advice. I still need to train myself on this. And as you see, if we were to put ourselves on stop order, this would work. I still need to train myself on this, but it is an idea that I'm still developing, right? And you can see even boom, sweep of liquidity. Right here, there's not much. There's this on the lower time frame, sweep of liquidity, right? But it won't last forever. You can still mark this out for later. Perhaps you're going for all-time highs now. Perhaps not. Another sweep to the downside. Perhaps you can get another one. Perhaps it goes higher from here. Let's test it. Boom, like this. You can see I'm just doing for the video as well, quick, without cuts, for you guys to not think that I'm looking at the charts. Going back. Okay, another sweep. Boom, another loss. Continue to go down. There is another liquidity here, which we previously marked out. Let's see. See if it gets taken. You have some liquidities right here. Huge sweep to the downside, but then he hasn't fully taken this. So I will await for a second sweep just to make this reaction a trap. Okay. Boom. We got it. Let's see if we can get some nice reaction to the upside at least. Okay. Boom. There is another liquidity down below though. Where's that though? We gotta anticipate. Right now we swept this, so there is reason for price to go down. But it decided to go up. Right now, as we continue to go up, perhaps you can sweep this, come to this efficiency, right? A lot of confluences together. The current all-time highs are just here. We're at all-time highs. It's October. I don't know. Perhaps the highs are in. I don't like these liquidities down here. Oh, I was saying I don't like these equal lows down here. Yeah. Go for a 2R, not much. I don't know if equal highs will get taken, right? But these equal highs, perhaps maybe. Didn't get the reaction yet. right? Could have been in already if I was more on the lower time frames. Boom, sweep of those highs, put myself break even because there is reason for price to go lower now. Up, that was a dangerous one. Let's see, let's just hold it. Probably be a break even. There's too many equal lows down here, but yeah, if I was more into the lower time frames here and I put my target around here, maybe I could have gotten right. Maybe there would still be a break even. It's things that we got to look out for, but yeah, and it just goes for the all-time highs afterwards. Here we got a sweep of this, but doesn't mean you can long it already. Here we got a double sweep. Touch on this efficiency. Maybe, you know, let's lower the time frames, do it a bit better. Maybe go for a double sweep, meaning if it breaks the high again, go for the all-time highs. As for a continuation, okay, okay, we're going up, sweeping this, testing this out. There's reason for price to come lower. I'm putting myself break even. It was a break even, and it would have been a stop loss if not. But yeah, we're a bit profitable, but there was a couple ones that I didn't take in the beginning to just not force it. But you can kind of see the idea, and you do need to test this, as do I, right? Because this is just an idea that popped into my head of trading this at least on the next bull run cycle, which I'm going to be way more attentive on and try to pay attention on these. Get myself an account, a trading account to swing Bitcoin. And not only Bitcoin, you can do this with a lot of other pairs. But as you know, Bitcoin will most likely run first, then the others. And yeah, you can kind of see the vision, guys. Whenever there's lines that I've drawn, those are liquidities. And whenever those get taken, we run. Okay. Sometimes I was just too fast with the skipping of the candles, but sometimes it doesn't take these lows, equal lows, just builds more liquidity, but then it will go for them as soon as we are in the bear market, for example. Okay. Something I gotta train myself on, not an expert, just giving y'all the idea. All right. So you can adapt it and train yourself like I need to as well. Okay. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, subscribe, share your ideas in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.